Hello everybody, here a new video from Renee of Spain. Everything's falling down. Okay, anyway, this is a video. I'm going to show a lot of stuff I played at my shop, in the last 2 weeks. All this back, all records, tapes, vinyl, CDs, stuff I played in the shop. Okay, that's why it's a lot of hard rock, a lot of heavy metal, some thrash metal too. Yes, all cool stuff. Okay, let's start with the vinyl. It's quite a big stack of vinyl I played. Okay, I played the 2 Rough Cut albums. They were managed by Wendy Dio, and of course, so Ronnie James Dio was involved in the production on one of these albums, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but anyway, he was involved too, in one way or another. And actually, they had a song. I already showed it last week. Where is the fuck is this? I think I would do. Oh, it's here. They had a song in this movie, Nightmare Beach. And the song was Dynamite. And that song was produced by Ronnie James Dio. But that song is not on these 2 albums. And Jackie Lee was also a part of the band in the early days. Rough Cut, nice hard rock with Paul Shortino, that later went to Quiet Riot, and King Cobra too. But his voice is very special, it's a very special voice he has. Very powerful, but bluesy type of voice, it's like, yeah. Okay, I listened to this album by the English band Bronze, taken by storm. And this is melodic new wave of British heavy metal, you could call it, because they were part of the more melodic new wave of British heavy metal scene. And this is, I'm checking, from 1984. Yeah. I listened to this killer live album by Turbo, the Polish band Turbo. It's an amazing live album with songs from the Kawaleria Satana LP from 86 and the Ostatni Wojownik from 1987. For sure I say it totally wrong, but and also there's one song here that was not on any on any album, back when this was released, but later it was added like a bonus track of the Ostatni Wojownik re-edition on CD. Okay, this is live 86, 87. Live in 2 dates. Yes, Speeds. Heavy thrash metal. Also came out on tape. It's a classic band from Poland. Here we have Cristal y Acero from Mexico. They remind me quite a lot of Kiss, to be honest. They have quite a few good tracks on here, like Heavy Metal Kids, In the Darkness of the Night, Rompiendo Cadenas, because they have some songs also written with Spanish lyrics. Demolición. It's a little beat up, but I got it in tape trading back. Tape trading, when I was trading vinyl. For sure with the guy from Mexico back in the 90s. Here we have Dio live in London, Hammersmith Apollo 1993. This is a double live album recorded during their Strange Hideways tour. Very cool stuff. Sounds very good too. Here we have Hounds, Mosaic Vision. This is just an EP with 4 songs. New wave of traditional heavy metal from the US. Matt Rain. This came out on Azra International, Azra Records. Iron Rourke Records, same thing back then. and it was produced by David Richards. And David Richards was the owner of Ironworks Records. I bought from that guy in the past. And this is on red vinyl. See? And this is like hard rock, hard and heavy. Let's call it hard and heavy. You know, not bad at all. Looks more like a thrash metal cover, but it's not. Here, a classic US metal album, Damien Thorn with The Sign of the Jackal. Great album. It was back then the only album they had. They also recorded the second album, but it was never released till many years later. You know, after the year 2000s. You know, in the 21st century. But this came out in 1986. Great albums, a lot of great songs on it. Here we have a German, a little bit kind of a classic, Crack Joe, Night Out from 1985. If you like Railway, trance, you know, bands like that, maybe you should check out this band too. Dark Sun, yeah, German metal. Messiah Force, Canadians, I think they were. The Last Day. See, this is their full-length album. Also an EP came out, I think, by this band. And this was a female-fronted heavy metal band. This came out in 1988. Make me show you this side too. I listen to Dio. I love quite a few Dio I've been playing. I mean, super classic that everybody owns and everybody have. It's a great album. Another classic I played was Keeper of the Seven Keys, the Part 2 on Noise Records. Also, everybody has for his original pressing. Most of my stuff is original pressing. I also listened to, because I was listening to Propane the other day too, and I thought I want to get my compilations out. You know, but this is one of the compilations I played. You know, back. Actually, this came out in 1993 on Roadrunner Records. And we have here Sepultura, Biohazard, Corrosion of Conformity, Prong, Suicidal Tendencies, Chromax, MOD, Propane, like I said before, Agnostic Front, a lot of different bands. Sepultura are on here too. But it's more hardcore orientated compilation put together by Rock Hard magazine, the German Rock Hard magazine. It came out in 93. You know, I discovered a couple of the bands thanks to this compilation. Here, another Turbo album. It's Cavalleria Satana from 86. Incredible album. Amazing. Again, from Poland. This is a must-have if you like heavy power speed metal. I mean, it's more in the vein of what I just said. You know, later they became more a thrash band, you know, like, but these were very special. They were really a special sounding band. It's a little bit what happened with early Cut from Poland. Or, you know, they also had a different sound. Or Dragon, you know, it was like more a heavy speed metal sound or heavy metal sound. And later those bands changed, you know, or like Wolf Spider when they were still operating under a different name, you know. I have that vinyl. I don't remember the name. I know it starts with a W. Voyak, 2 words. And later they changed the name into Wolf Spider. I think Wolf Spider, that band, the name of that band was like the name in Polish, and they changed it to, they translated it into English, Wolf Spider. But Wolf Spider, I never really care about them. You know, there was just, I mean, nothing special. But when they were still called the older name, they were really good. So I really liked them, you know. White Cross, a little bit Christian metal. Love on the Line, I Believe. Rat fans, I mean, this sounds very much like Rat. This came out on Pure Metal label from 1988. Nice EP, 4-song EP. And more German metal. I listened to this a couple of times actually. This is in my collection for many years, since the 90s. But this is Ballantines with the EP Charged. And they only ever released this, just 6 songs, but good, very good. Okay, let me go on. Barrant, Rockaholic. This was I think the comeback album by this band. Of course, Jenny Lane was not on here. I don't know if he already died when this came out, 2011. I think he died not long after this came out. But the singer on here is quite cool too. Hellfire, Metal Strikes from Hell. I made a little text there, but this is the cover. You can see the cover underneath. Hellfire. And this is a band. It was the first release from 2013. They have 2 members from Sick Desecration. And this is for fans of Midnight, Bath, Rotten. You know, those bands. Rotten from Mexico. This is thrash speed, punky metal. Hellfire is the name of the band. Metal Strike from Hell. Check these guys out. From 2013. Suicidal Tendency with prime cuts. I like to make notes sometimes, you know, to remember exactly what's on here. Here we have 2 exclusive tracks. Berserk and Feeding the Addiction. And 2 reworked tracks also on here. This is a compilation. Here another cool one. This is Natas with the with the album or the compilation Deathcore 1985-1993. And this is Natas. They also changed the name later to Natas. And they were from Chicago, formed in 84. But in 88 they changed the name. Here we have the demo days when they were playing death thrash metal. And later they became more a kind of a hardcore punk thrash metal. Good stuff. You know, I gave it 8 out of 10. Natas. Or Not Us. Alcatraz. I played this best of. I play this Bathory fans. Goat Worship. Doomsday. I think they were from Brazil, this band. If I'm not mistaken. I thought I made a note maybe. Oh, here's a note, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Goat Worship from Brazil. 1 band member band. A guy named Hates. Early Bathory Worship. This is their debut EP. Doomsday from 2015. They have 3 albums more. Goat Worship. Check them out. Pandemia with Narcotic Religion, and the demo is on here too, from 88 and 89. The record from 1990, and this is thrash metal from the UK with a little bit of thrashcore. If you are a Nuclear Assault fan, you should check these guys out. Nuclear Assault fans, check these guys out. And now I'm repeating myself, but it's the truth. It's a very cool album, plus the demo, and plus some live recordings. This came out on Mosh Teenage Records. It's a very cool label, releasing a lot of thrash metal from the 80s and early 90s from bands from the UK. You know, very cool. Mortification, great stuff. Break the Curse from 1990. Early Mortification. It was actually, I think the demo, I think it was not the first album. I think this came after the first album, but it was recorded before the first album. Destiny Ends, Transition, with James Rivera on here from Hellstar. Great power metal album from 2001. More Mortification, live one. Live Planetarium. I've been listening to a lot of stuff in the shop. Gallows Pole, I think they're from Austria if I'm not mistaken. You know, Hard and Heavy. This is a re-release on Cartago Records, great label Cartago. And also we have some live songs on here, some bonus tracks. Bloody Hammers. This is kind of a retro heavy rock band. And the album is Under Satan's Sun. And this came out in 2014. Brothers Fire Tribe, Live at the Apollo. This is a live album by this band. Very melodic, a lot of keyboard orientated stuff. Venom with Acid Queen compilation. And here you can find a lot of B-side tracks and A-side tracks of songs on singles of Venom. And some of those songs never appeared on any of their full-length albums, like Acid Queen or Die Hard or Bloodlust. You know, those are all only came out like singles or on EPs, but not on the full-length albums by the band. Here we have Al Borde. This is with the singer from Leo Jimenez, you know, from Saratoga. He was first in this band, later he became the singer of Saratoga, and it's from the early 2000s. Just heavy metal. I gave a chance again to this of Gamma Bomb, latest album. I like it a little more than before. Serit Uncool, I listened to this too. Compilation. Girl, you know, this band from Phil Lewis. We're quite fast here because I have a lot to show. Evo Algi, you know, the guys from Warfare and Tank fame, they released this EP, just a 6-song EP, a couple years ago. Nothing outstanding, just, you know, like what they know how to do. Alive 2. Okay, this is Alive 2, the double cage, and 1977, with some studio tracks on here too, that were done by Bob Kulick. Tapes. Okay, let's start with the reunion of Black Sabbath in 1998, when they came together with Ozzy Osbourne. They also recorded 2 new tracks, and they were Psycho Man and Selling My Soul. Great tracks. I always love those 2 tracks. But it's a great live recording. It's really good. Talking about great live recordings, this is another one. Barón Rojo Vivo, with a couple of exclusive tracks done only on these live albums, also double live albums. Now some Christian hard rock, Bright. Of course, this band started like a heavy metal band, but this is the Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, you know, more the sleazy days of the early 90s. Still good albums. I still like them both. Okay, more sleaze too. Then I listened to this tape. We have here Morbid Angel, The Kingdom Come, Demo 87. The early demo compilation, you know, the beginning. Also, we have Hyrax on here with their Demo 84 and more Morbid Angel. This is a cool tape that I made myself. I don't know if you can see it like this. Some more subtitles there. Here I also listened to Welcome to Venice. This is a great compilation with Suicidal, Beowulf, No Mercy, Excel. It came out in 85 if I'm not mistaken. And then also I've here the Excel Demo 85 and some some songs by No Mercy. You know, this is of course Venice hardcore thrash metal stuff. This is quite a nice compilation. See, on tape. Also came out on vinyl actually. This compilation. It's quite rare to find. I listen to Gara. This is a local band from here, Alicante, heavy metal. More Serit Uncool, Frost and Fire, and King of the Dead are both on here. Never been a big fan of this band, I have to admit that. And here we have a great split with 2 Spanish bands, Graveyard and Gorgul the Exterminator. I mean, Gorgul the Exterminator is a great band. I mean, they're incredible. Thrash black metal band, you know, but really cool, very 80s influenced. And Graveyard sounds very much like a Swedish death metal band, but also with great songs on here. You know, they have just great songs, these 2 bands. La Germandad de la Nit Profunda. They're both from Catalonia, these both bands. Graveyard, They mix them with another band under the same name. And Korgul the Exterminator. I should make videos about these guys because you know they're really good. You know, they have a lot of cool stuff out. Splits, singles, cool things. Okay, stay metal, everybody.